Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. This week we don't have just one teacher to guide us into our daily practice, but a whole host of beautiful teachings. Let's get right into them. Somebody, good morning. Welcome to this beautiful Tuesday morning. Here is today's message. We've all been there. A wave of anxiety crashes over us, anger boils beneath the surface, or sadness settles in like an unwelcome guest. What do? We reach for our phones, or turn on the TV, or dive into work, anything to push away the discomfort. Our instinct screams at us to make ourselves feel better and quickly. Today's wisdom comes from great teachers of the topic of meditation, and the central message for today is that, of course, you have these thoughts and these feelings, but your thoughts and feelings are not who you are. This becomes increasingly clear as you find that there is a space within you from where you are able to observe your thinking and feeling without getting caught up in any of it. It's like standing on a mountain, watching clouds pass through the valley below. The clouds flow in, the clouds flow out, but the mountain remains. This space is not some mystical realm accessible only to enlightened monks. It becomes increasingly available to us through a surprisingly counterintuitive practice. We stop resisting. When we cease our exhausting battle against difficult thoughts and feelings and simply allow them to be felt, something quite remarkable happens. We begin to notice their naturally transient nature. They arise, they peak, they dissolve. For the most part, all on their own. Charlene, good morning. It is good to see you. Hello. Ariana Huffington says, meditation is not about stopping thoughts, but recognizing that we are more than our thoughts and feelings. Kathleen McDonald says, meditation is not spacing out or running away. In fact, it's being totally honest with ourselves. And then from Dan Harris, meditation is not feeling a certain way. It's about feeling the way you feel. By allowing ourselves to fully experience our emotions without resistance, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. We learn to navigate the currents of our inner world without getting swept away by any of them. Instead of trying to make ourselves feel better, we need to become better at feeling. This is how we find both peace and healing. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Today's meditation is called I Am the Mountain. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Continue your own full body breathing on your own time. With every inhale, really become involved with the rise in your body. With every exhale, allow the fall, the softening in your body to be deeply felt. And while you continue your full body breathing, remind yourself of what it feels like to be in the presence of a mountain. Feel it, be in the presence of the mountain. Imagine having the privilege to watch this mountain over thousands and thousands of years, millions even. What are all of the things that this mountain would have seen come and also go? Without any interference from the mountain. Everything that came also went. Watch the human busyness around the mountain. Like ants scurrying around, and most of what the humans brought was also not permanent. Most of that left again too. watching the world around it for millennia. Would the mountain have a deeper sense of what is important and what is just not? Your soul too is like this mountain. Your soul too has seen everything come and almost all of it go. Your soul too knows what is important and what really is just not. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. And roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at the very least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And then as you fill up your belly, as if there's a balloon in your belly, then feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, the reminder is that our meditation today is called I Am the Mountain. So as you take a deep breath, as you dive deep inside, bring closer your image of the mountain. Take your next big breath. I want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as you can be. really lean into the visualization of your mountain. And there's a very practical reason to be playful and get into the visualization. Now, it's not necessary that your mind creates these clear pictures. A mind doesn't always see in clear pictures, but in kind of a feedback, a sense that your mind creates. And that's good enough. If you don't see clear pictures, you're not doing it wrong. But here's why this is a good thing to do, why this is helpful. When you close your eyes and visualize, your brain waves come down lower. You can think of this as being similar to being awake, then going to bed, then falling asleep, and then dreaming. In this sequence of events, it's likely that your brain waves go from beta down to alpha, down to theta, down to delta. In other words, as your brain is able to form imagery like when you dream, that necessitates lower brain waves. And right now, if you simply close your eyes and try to visualize, you're helping that process along. Even when you don't fall asleep, your brain waves follow. And in a lower brainwave state, why is that practical? Why is it useful? Because in a lower brainwave state, you have more access to your subconscious. Your subconscious pays even more attention. So whatever work we do during this meditation gets absorbed more deeply. So let's get into it with your next big breath. As you dive deep into you, see again the picture of your mountain. Imagine flying around your mountain, seeing it from top to bottom. Is this mountain 100% overgrown with plants? Is this mountain mostly rocky? Or is it somewhere in between? Allow your mind to build the picture. Take your next big breath. Let's zoom in first on the plants of your mountain. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, find a plant growing on your mountain. Zoom all the way in until you can see the finest details of a leaf. Can you see all the way to the detail of the edge of the leaf and the veins in the leaf? Take your next big breath. Then we'll move our attention to the animals of your mountain and give full expression to your imagination. Find an animal and then zoom in, closer and closer. Can you see the patterns in the fur of this animal? Can you see the fuzziness of the fur? Can you see all the way into the details of the individual hairs? Take your next big breath. And then we'll shift our attention to the birds of your mountain. Find a bird and take a closer look. Can you clearly see its colors, the patterns in the feathers? Zoom all the way in. Can you see the finest detail in the feather? Take your next big breath. And then bring your attention back to the mountain itself. Imagine for a moment embodying this mountain, its essence. Imagine what it would feel like to sit in the sunlight, holding all of this life in its arms. How would the mountain feel? Sitting in the sunlight and having its surface warmed up by rays of sunshine. For a moment, be this mountain. Take your next big breath. And then if clouds were to roll in and obscure the sun, and your mountain is not basking in sunlight anymore, and if from these clouds it would start to rain, and instead of soaking up sunlight, now your mountain is just being soaked. Drops turn into rivulets and streams running down the surface of your mountain. How much resistance does this mountain have to the change in weather? Is any part of the mountain asking, please bring back the sunlight? Can you get a sense of the mountain's acceptance of the change in weather? Take your next big breath. And then if the sun were to go down and the wind pick up and what was just rain turns into a full-blown storm. Now the mountain's not just sitting in the rain anymore. The mountain's face is being lashed by wind and water. And there's a howling loudness around every corner. The mountain sits in pitch black darkness, except for the occasional flash of lightning, crash of thunder. How does the mountain feel about this change in weather? How much is the mountain trying to avoid the experience of the storm? Take your next big breath. And the next morning, the sun rises in clear skies as the mountain knew it would. A fresh new day breaks. The mountain feels the first rays of sunlight on its surface. How does the mountain feel about this fresh new day? How does the mountain feel about a storm that has passed? Take your next big breath. We'll take one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time today's quotes. Ariana Huffington says, meditation is not about stopping thoughts. It is about recognizing that we are so much more than these thoughts and feelings that flow in and flow out. Kathleen MacDonald says, meditation is not spacing out or running away. In fact, meditation is about being totally honest with ourselves. Totally honest about how we are feeling. And Dan Harris says, meditation is not about feeling a certain way. Meditation is about feeling the way you feel. Allowing the feeling to be felt. Just like the mountain that can have its arms open to the change in any weather, when we allow ourselves to fully experience our emotions, experience whatever we're feeling without resistance, then this leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves. We learn to navigate the currents of our inner world without getting swept away by any of them. Just like weather flows in and weather flows out, yet the mountain remains. So instead of being so quick to try and make ourselves feel better, what we need is to become better at feeling. This is how we find both peace and healing. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the journey to finding this solid space within me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to observe, just like watching clouds roll in, watching clouds roll out. I have learned I can observe my inner weather roll in and roll out the same way. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the practice of walking the path to my mountain daily, even when the weather is easy. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being able to find this path to my mountain so easily now, that even in the middle of a storm, I can still find that path because I've had so much practice while the weather was good. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for walking the path to the mountain with us. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Charlene. Lots of love to you both. And for everyone else in the background. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.